Why didn't you run for president?
I'm running from president. I don't want to run for, no, that's not my deal. So what was your son's take? What was he all upset about Trump doing?
So the media is very much like anything Trump said, they would repeat it. So the school, the fact that he's going to change Common Core. I think Trump is amazing. He hit everybody with change.
Yeah.
So, and then he heard what he said about women. And then he watched, I watch Fox News and I watch CNN trying to figure out what the truth is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And then, the lies about Trump.
Yeah.
And,
I think if anybody...
And then when he said, I'm going to put you in jail, he was watching that thing that looked, anxiety, like well, if he can put her in jail, what about me? He's going to put me in jail if I don't do my homework. Kind of, a lot of kids got depressed.
A lot of fear-mongering.
Yeah, and then that division, that
Yeah.
white against black and yellow thing, that doesn't exist in the U.S. I don't think it does. I grew up in, I was born in Iran, but I grew up in France and England, so I've seen racism and I've never been discriminated against.
It's manufactured. It is. It's not a race issue. It's an attitude issue. It's about being American. You know that.
Yeah, I've never been, like in Europe, in France when I was growing up, I was called terrorist all the time.
Really?
They were giving me a hard time. There were no jobs for colored people. But here, no one's ever, except for immigration, and that's some Chinese guy at immigration giving me a hard time for looking Iranian. And he's doing his job, right? So, and then whenever I come from the southern border, they look at me like a Mexican drug dealer. And that's just racial profiling. That's fine, but I've never been discriminated against. I go get a job based on what I know, and nobody has ever cared. So I don't see this. I don't see this divide. Like in California, it makes no sense. Like there's no. I mean, what is white? Because you have white Italian, white Irish, white English.
Right.
So the white Puritan ideas of Europe, Nazi and all that stuff doesn't exist here. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, you have to be.
Well, if it does, it's such an intimate. It's so small, it doesn't affect the whole population.
Yeah, because I've seen real racism. Real racism is where you don't get the job. Like nobody here. If you're a black man who comes from Stanford, nobody says, I'm not going to give you a job because you're black. And I understand, like, there's certain areas of the community, like jokes, like we make a lot of jokes about black people. Like say, hey, you heard what happened in Pittsburgh, like what, the unemployment went up. So a lot of black people are moving. But it's just a joke. You don't mean it.
Look, man. Yeah, of course. If we were starting to get so politically correct, then that's heading us in the wrong direction. Right? That starts to bother.
So I've never.
Gotta have a sense of humor.
I've never seen. And then, and Iran, took hostages, and there was a love and hate relationship. So my passport says born in Iran. Fine, check more. It's not a racial thing. It's like the guy's trying to do his job.
When was the last time you ran around?
I've never went.
You never went back? You still have family there at all?
No, everybody moved back.
Everybody
That
moved
was
back.
like 30 years ago.
Yeah. Do you feel a lot of these conflicts are just manufactured conflicts?
Yeah, I mean they're not even. It's not even conspiracy. If you look at the news, if you look at what the CIA actually admits to, so Iran, it's a simple situation, right? In the Roosevelt democratically overthrew Mossadegh in Iran. They destroyed democracy in Iran back then to get rid of OPEC and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then they installed Shah of Iran.
Right.
And the Shah of Iran started going to bed with the Russians.
Right.
So they were trying to stop the Russians to come to the warm waters. So the Iranian, so it's a Cold War era.
Right.
So everywhere you see conflict, it's Cold War era conflict. Right? So the Iranians, the US invented Islamic radicalism to beat the theology always beats communism. So they manufactured Khomeini. Carter spent over $100 million they put this guy nobody knew. They installed Islamic radicalism across the Russian,
Yeah.
like Pakistan, Afghanistan. So it's manufactured because
Yeah.
where I was born, across the street is a synagogue. Across that is a church older than the United States. So I grew up with Armenian Christians, Orthodox Christians.
Living, working, playing.
So they've been fine for years. So how can somebody, and Ahmadinejad was born in Jew. If you look at Telegram, so there is no hate in the world. So this is Mujahideen that became Al-Qaeda. It's all manufactured by the U.S.
Yeah, CIA funded, trained them.
So now, but no doubt there's a problem, right?
Yeah.
But in Iran, it's like southern states, like if you're American, you end up in Iran in a village somewhere. They would take the food for the week and give it to you. That's how they are. But unfortunately, then what do? Like the people of Iran are fucked because you have this theology, and you have 2 million brainwashed idiots that keep the government in charge. And the U.S. loves Iran because they're the big, they're the boogeyman over there. And the Americans,
strategically placed.
and the Americans are like, oh, there's a boogeyman over there, and they love each other. They call the U.S. the Great Satan, and these guys call them the Axis of Evil. They even use the same language.
Yeah.
But the people get fucked in between because I talk to Americans. They're like, so is Iran nuclear? Whatever you say. They're positively scared, and I'm like, like, why are you scared of? I mean, and the nuclear.
Iran hasn't attacked anybody in, I don't know.
So the mullahs are crazy for sure, but
Yeah.
but the Iranians don't need nuclear energy because the kilowatt per hour is so much cheaper using natural resources. And you know who put nuclear installations in Iran and Iraq? Cheney.
Yes.
So-
Yes. I know. We give them the stuff, and then we
But
look, they got
the
it.
only population in the Middle East that truly loves the U.S. is the Iranians. The Iranians love Americans.
Well,
The
you were
government-
one of the most Western at the time. Yeah.
Well, Iran means land of the Aryan, so Iran looks at it. I mean, even it's so white loving, it's so whitewashed.
If I'm good, this
When the Germans attacked the Second World War, Reza Shah was on the German side because they think we're Aryans. Aryans mean Iran means land of Arya, so we were always on the wrong side. But but yeah, I mean, of course I can't go because I've got they'll give me trouble. Yeah, but I feel bad for the Americans because they send their kids to war.
Well, I think a lot of this is going to end now, don't you? I mean, I think Trump signaled pretty much the thing that I see that's awakened is that people do not listen to the corporate news anymore. They're going on the internet. Everybody's got, computers. I mean,
But the problem with the social media is a lot of Russian social media. I've noticed a lot of my friends are looking at RT is Russian.
Yeah.
BBC is British. It's a British government. And American news is just there's no news. It's just selling.
Well, beyond that, now we've got sites like Infowars. Have you heard of them? You want to go? I'll give you some information on it. Infowars, Drudge. Drudge gets more traffic than all the other news networks combined.
We try to listen to NPR, but even has liberal.
No,
whitewash.
they're CIA run. They got a CIA director as their, CEO. Yeah. Drudge Report gets more traffic than all the other news networks combined.
But Trump winning to me looks like a modern day coup d'etat of FBI
Yes.
and the Russians.
You're absolutely right.
And
Well,
I-
not the Russians. This was entirely internal. Good people within CIA, the FBI, the Justice Department have had enough. If you listen to a guy named Steve Pieczenik, Steve Pieczenik is what America's 007. This guy was in 5 administrations as the fixer, the guy who could overthrow governments and just you name it. Well, he's been on this Alex Jones' show, Infowars. He gets these regular guests. For the first time in 20 years, he showed his face during this election. So this time, and tell you what's really going on. He says this was a coup d'etat within the government. Clinton was not going to be allowed. If she would have gotten in, she would have cheated her way in. They were going to remove her. Now, how they were going to remove her, he doesn't really go into in great detail, because he said because of her long criminal record, there were a lot of ways they could have sabotaged her and gotten her out of office. It wouldn't have been like, per se, a military coup or anything, but they were not going to tolerate her being in. They knew that she was.
But she made $200 million after 2000. So
Yeah.
how do you make $200 million? Where does it come? Even if you're a lawyer, that's a lot of money to make in
Yes.
in 16 years. Like, what did you do that's worth that much? So
The speeches, come on. You know, and yeah, the whole Clinton Foundation was nothing but a slush fund for criminals. The globalists are in a lot of trouble. I mean, their whole program has been exposed, and they're panicking right now. And as long as this awareness can keep up, and we can keep the knowledge flowing, people can do it. Because again, the powers that be are very small. The only way they keep control is by keeping control of the message. That's why they've owned ABC, NBC, they own all those guys. Well, nobody's listening to them anymore. Everybody, again, is listening to Grudge, Zero Hedge, InfoWars, it's Facebook, Twitter. We're all getting our information from each other. This has washed away the pillars of their power. So now they're being more and more exposed because, anybody can get on the internet, find it, and discern for ourselves.
So do you think Trump is going to do a good job, or I mean, the U.S. is, everybody around the world looks up to the U.S.
Yeah.
Nobody looks down to the U.S.
Well, I don't know about that.
No,
We've lost a lot of respect in the past couple of administrations.
Everybody who loses respect for the U.S., they're wearing Nikes and jeans and criticizing the U.S. and drinking moonshine. The U.S. is the gold standard of where everybody wants to be.
Hey, I'm just saying the way they did. China disrespected, Obama, and how the Philippine president told him to go, call him a war.
But again, at the same time, the ideology of the U.S., everybody wants to have an American dream. Now, whether they want to have the American dream,
The spirit of America is still.
staying at home or coming here, even though for immigrants, this is the worst place to come. When you go to Europe, they give you free shit. But when you come here, you have to work your ass off. People all around the world still want to come to the U.S. They want to kill themselves. So the American, there's no such a thing as Russian dream or the European dream. So that lives on, right? So
Amen to that.
eventually, even when you go to China, they're driving American cars. That's the ultimate sign of status. Is not to drive a Opel or a German car. It's like they love American cars. So
I already see things moving for the better with him because we're at the lowest threat level for nuclear war now. That's been lowered. The dollar has bounced back dramatically. We're talking to Russia, crying out loud. We're not, at odds right now. We're being more diplomatic. We're talking to the different leaders right now. We're not at odds with them. So things
the
are.
neocons that are Republican
Yes, indeed. But the neocons completely lost power. Look, Trump bitch slapped 16 of them out of the way. I mean, Bush was supposed to. This was supposed to be against Bush and Clinton. He had all the money, right? $145 million, and where is he? He was sitting on his hands before he even got out of the gate. He bitch slapped him by telling me, he says, you want to talk about 9/11? Let's talk about 9/11. And Bush went, no, never mind, I'll leave, I'll go away.
So you think it's better? It's going to be more stable?
Well, again, the left is not going to go away quietly. They're not just going to throw up their hands. Oh, you found out that we're all criminals. Okay, take us away. No, they're going to fight like cornered rats. So whatever trick, and they still got a lot of power, so whatever tricks they have up their sleeve, but the thing is, they've been completely repudiated. Even with them trying to steal the election, it was a landslide.
But it was supposed to be a landslide the other way, right?
That's why I say they've been completely discredited. The mainstream media is, all of them are completely discredited.
While Clary was in power, she spent a lot of money to dividing the Middle East up.
Yes.
So there were money spent to cause the Arab Spring.
Everything she touched turned to crap.
No, I mean, it was purposefully done.
Yes, purposefully done to cause
So they-
dissension and everything else. Absolutely.
They then tried in Iran where they got the Arab Iranians and the Persian Iranians, the Kurds. So, but anyway, okay, it's good.
Oh, yes, it was a
What's
pleasure
your
talking.
local grocery chain here?
Well, Rouse's is on Royal Street.
That's a local chain.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.